If you are anything like me or just thinking next week is Thanksgiving, what the hell? All right, well, I guess we're going to have some turkey. Maybe. You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Now up and running on the gram. Thank the good Lord. Got that all handled. All right. So what's happening, everybody? Let's do some Go Show stuff. We will have no show on Friday, but we'll have a show on Monday. We're going to have our Thanksgiving show on Monday because then everybody gets the hell out of town and nobody watches what I put up anyway. So we'll just do that. That's what's going to happen. And then Tuesday, I'm dove season. I'm dove hunting, and then yeah, let's go have turkey day. So we'll talk about Thanksgiving on Monday. We'll get that, and then tomorrow on in other news, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving as well. So we will have Turkey Day covered. I assure you. If you're not in Phoenix and you're looking at a weather map, or you're just super old and you watch the Weather Channel all the time, Queen Bee. It's rainy out here, like big rainy. And this is what always makes me laugh being an outdoorsman in Arizona. Always makes me laugh. How about this? You hear it all. Oh, we need some rain. Oh, another week, no rain. No rain. And then it rains for 2 days. All we talk about, when is this rain going to end? When is this going to end? I tell you, when is it going to end? Do we just like pissing and moaning that much? Or we just really don't understand how the earth works? Yeah. It's going to hydrate itself. I promise it's going to happen. So, Michael, and this is a great thing for us. Intern Beans told me it was snowing up in the high country, and that is fantastic. It helps us with our drought conditions, helps with the groundwater, helps with everything, helps with all the aminals. Rain is wonderful. Rain is great. The longer it rains, the better. And you know what? Eat a bag, Liberty Water. Tell you that. Going with your price increases and all that. I got my water shut down, champ. Not water in the yard, not water in the plant, nothing. Nothing. The GOD's got that taken care of. You send a bill that way. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. The utility companies would bill God. Yes, our water company out in the West Valley is getting yet another price increase. Our bills are gonna go up like $20-$30 a month. It's just never ending. Never ending story. Yeah. This is something that I am passionate about in our world. And in our world of conservation, we are the people see us as the Elmer Fudd types, the Gaston types, the cartoon characters of years out there just shooting a bunch of stuff, the Yosemite Sams. That all we're about in our outdoor world is just hunting and killing things. Not true. We're also in an environment where there are evil people, Chris, evil people in Washington, D.C., Mike Lee, I'm looking at you, that want to sell off our public lands. So let's just break this down a little bit. It's nice to make the calls to our congressmen and women and our senators and say, we are going to no more Hickman eggs. Wait a second. What did I just see? Lynn, what do you mean no more Hickman eggs? What's wrong with Hickman eggs? Hickman eggs are fantastic. They just magically had a burn during the last administration that made everything more expensive. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, did they sell? Oh, did they really? Who did they sell to? I wonder. Inquiring minds want to know. Hook me up, guys. Oh, look, they have no more Hickman eggs, huh? They probably sold to a developer. They got a big chunk of land. They probably sold to somebody who wants to build houses. Or in the West Valley because we're idiots. More apartments. Excuse me. Now we are idiots. Our elected officials are complete idiots. But yeah, let me know who they sold to. We'll get into that. Okay, but let's talk about this. Those that are on I wouldn't say on a daily basis, regularly chastised for being hunters. And we are outdoorsmen, sportsmen. Oh, you're riding your side by side out there and just beating up the environment, this and that. You need to pay attention here To those of us that are upset about the disgusting nature of Washington, D.C. and wanting to sell our public lands or give our public lands away, you need to understand that that is only in our control once every 2 to 4 years. So we have to help out. And help out by calling the congressmen and senators. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by this. What's going on with Hickman Farms? Sold to a Brazilian company. Oh, flipping great. Cool. Yeah, it's exactly what we need. A local family-owned farm here in the West Valley. And now it's owned by people in Brazil. Awesome. Cool. Job, Hickmans. Cool. Apparently no one in the United States wanted to buy it. Really, really cool. What's up, Truman? Oh, man, that sucks. That just really sucks. That is disappointing in every way. Is that disappointing? I can't even. I mean, there's Brazilian jokes we can throw out there, but this just not. Yeah. Okay. Man, that's too bad. That is too bad. That is sad. Good people, worked with them. Good people. Anywho, moving on. It is easy for all of us to say, as outdoorsmen, as just nature enthusiasts, oh, don't take our public lands. Oh, the benefit of being outdoors and the healing nature for, veterans and those with special needs. And, oh, look at all the great things we do with kids in the outdoors. They don't care. They don't care about your emotional and mental well-being. They don't care about forest bathing. They don't care about being on the desert. They don't care how many cleanups we do. Do you know what politicians speak? They speak money. They speak power. But mostly money. As my good friend David Schweikert said, always, my friend, follow the money. So we did. Federal public land recreation, just recreating on public land, generates $350 million a day. I'm going to say that again. Federal public land recreation generates $350 million a day and creates more jobs than the entire logging and mining industries combined. That's the kind of language they speak. This was a survey that was done in a new report, an outdoor recreation roundtable. The report drilled down on the direct impact of recreation on public lands, a portion of the overall $1.2 trillion outdoor recreation economy. And it breaks down like this. The $128 billion in annual economic activity includes hunters hiring outfitters in wilderness areas, families purchasing bait from local bait shops to go fishing for the day, and visitors paying national park entrance fees. Also includes the $6 billion in federal tax revenue, including gas taxes from fuel sales, excise taxes on hunting, fishing, and boating equipment, which we all know is, everyone say it together, the Pittman-Robertson Act. That's right. We are an economic engine for this country. You start shutting down access to or start selling off any kind of public land, you are taking a bite out of this apple, and a big bite out of this apple. 350 mil a day. More jobs than logging and mining combined. That's the language we need to speak. Because if you take it to a federal level, or even just take it to a DC level, or even locally, if you take it to these bozos up in downtown Phoenix, $350 million a day. What's the tax revenue of $350 million a day? Right? Uncle Sam gonna get his piece. Uncle Sam gonna take the cheddar. So if you start selling off my access to public lands, that $350 million a day becomes $300 million. Doesn't sound like a big chunk, but that's a big chunk. You'd be $50 million a day is a lot of money. It always drove me nuts. And it continues to drive me nuts. Any politician that says, oh, we can't just, oh, yeah, I know you're focusing on this wasteful spending, but if we got rid of that, that's only a drop in the bucket. Good. We need that drop to get the whole bucket. There's lots of drops in the bucket. Let's go get them all, like Pokemon. But if you start taking away our access to public lands, whether it's through the roads rule, which is going to absolutely jack up conservation and the conservation efforts of so many conservation departments around the country, or if you just go Mike Lee style and start putting it all up for sale so the Mormon church can come gobble it all up and become the wealthiest landowners, not the fourth, become the in the United States. Mike Lee is a crook. That chisels away at state tax revenue and federal tax revenue in so many different ways. But it is absolutely crucial for us to keep our ability to recreate on these pieces of public land. Those public lands are ours. Those are ours. Again, my shirt, public land owner. You are a public landowner. I'm a public landowner. We're all public landowners. If you've paid anything into tax at all, you're a public landowner. You got a piece of the pie. And these morons in Washington, D.C. think that they are, this their land, not ours. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. That's like going over to your neighbor's house who's done a lot for the neighborhood, maybe neighborhood watch, this and that, and contributed. And then say, hey, listen, I'm just gonna sell off one of your rooms here. What? It's not your house. Get out of here. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sell off one of your rooms. They're crooks. Every one of them, guys. This has nothing to do with party and politics. This is just criminals. It's criminal to sell off our public lands. They can just stuff it. That's my yes. That's the really cool version of what I had to say. Stuff it. The last time I said stuff it. Anyway. All right, let's get back to this because we had, yes, I actually was supposed to call Eddie, and I'll give him a call after the show, find out where the hell he's at. Yeah, not a vote from all the people. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, Hickman's Brazilian lame. Totally lame. But again, I'm not ripping them for doing it. I just think it's lame. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done it myself. You put a big dollar amount in front of me. Then you look at the basically what is happening politically in this country. And you're like, you know what? I'm getting out of the game. I'm just going to go cash out. Yeah. Stuff in an appropriate remark in the, the month of Thanksgiving. That's right. Okay. You all have heard my take on so many hunters magically dying after being lost for days, dying of lightning strikes. I'm not denying that hunters die from lightning strikes. The 7 that we've reported on, something's wrong. Something's off in this. And then, because there's no more investigation, that's a shutdown line. Oh, it must have been lightning. You show me those dudes being crispy critters, and I'm thinking, okay, where their shoes were blown off and they were just, dead. All right, I'll believe it then. Until then, magically 2 very young, able-bodied hunters go out and leave all their stuff back at the truck and just go out together to do what? No glass, no anything, nothing. They weren't spotting. They weren't, and magically they went on a hike together, not even setting up camp. And then what? Boom, lightning strike, both of them dead. Please. Yes, Tequila Jim, that is quite shocking. Quite shocking. And now this. I'm glad Tequila Jim's along here. Another headline: 3 Michigan deer hunters die of a heart attack while trying to haul a deer to their truck. Okay? All three die of heart attacks same time. B and S. Y'all, come on. I don't understand what the media does. Like the media, or maybe it's law enforcement, whatever it is, they just think we're a bunch of dumb rednecks. And we're like, hey, wasn't that crazy? 3 of them died at the same time. Heart attacks. Oh, I tell you what, better go buy a lottery ticket. Yep, buy a lottery ticket because it's the odds of that. Woo, let me tell you. Yeah. To go, Jamie, that was a John Deere. Yeah, they're moving it. Each had a heart attack. And so I start digging in. Is this a thing? And yes, it is not an easy thing to schlep a deer out of basically anywhere where we harvest animals in Arizona. It's always a pain in the butt. Unless you're part of the Tequila Jim family and you all have an app on your phone that you just hit, and then the target species shows up and they drop right by the truck. I'm not kidding. His dad did that. Their last successful elk hunt, bull hunt. He just right by the road. Pull the truck right up there. Pull it in. Yeah. I had to look this up because I've had a heart attack. It's not fun. And but I could see how it would happen. But to have this headline, doctors warn hunters about heart attack risks as deer season approaches. This was from a few months ago. Actually, no, this was last week. Deer season approaches. Oh, okay, this is in Wisconsin. Maybe it's different. Gun deer season, as they call it in this article. Gun deer season is a week and a half away. It's good to start thinking about ways to have a successful hunt while protecting your health. Before you head into the woods or field this year, remember, the physical demands of hunting can put significant strain on your cardiovascular system. As a hunter, you can often walk long distances while carrying gear and drag a heavy deer after a successful hunt. Doctors say people with heart and lung conditions face a much higher risk of heart attack during hunting activities. God, the media sucks. Okay, let me say this properly. I'll say what's written here, then I'm going to say it properly. Doctors say people with heart and lung conditions face a much higher risk of heart attack during hunting activities. Let me put this in proper words here. Doctors say people with heart and lung conditions face a much higher risk of heart attack during any physical activity. Anything. Hey, it's time to clean out that garage, clean out your man cave. Don't you know that if you have heart and lung conditions, you're at a higher risk of heart attack during your spring cleaning? Anything. Kayaking, hiking. Hunters face high. Oh, please. Reducing your risk. And by the way, this is Wisconsin. They're walking from their truck to their tree stand. Don't give me this nonsense. They've got the only thing they're hauling from their truck to their tree stand is the 6-pack that they're going to kill in the tree stand. Wisconsin. And there's right here, same article. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, DNR for the cool kids, safety reminders. Make sure you practice tree stand safety. Exactly. These guys are in tree stands. Harnesses, practice gun safety, including treating every firearm as if it's loaded. Yeah, what? The cardinal? Never mind. Make sure that at least 50% of your outer clothing above the waist is blaze orange or fluorescent pink. No, I'm not going to play the Queen Bee video again of me being in pink. Stop. Just stop assuming we're this dumb. Like we to be able to afford to do what we do, the majority of us are educated, successful, we have careers, we have pensions, 401ks. We can read. Stop assuming that we're all a bunch of dumb rednecks that are going to buy this nonsense. Oh, lightning strike. Darn, another one. Got another one. Tell you that. 7th of the year, I tell you. Doggone it. Oh, yeah, they all three of them had a heart attack at the same time. No. I would bet that the three of them, or there's another article with 2 had the heart attack same time. So all 5, I bet you their wives were like, oh, sure, yes. Why don't you go hunting? Why don't you all take these? We made you some breakfast treats. That's more believable that their wives whacked them. That is more believable than all 3 had a heart attack at the same damn time. I can't even get my head around how stupid this is. All 3 had a heart attack at the same time. And look, I know there's a lot of hunters out there that could stand to lose a few LBs, myself included. But come on. I'm at higher risk of a heart attack, but I wasn't thinking about that when we were out on a deer hunt like, oh, gee, hope I don't have a heart attack pulling this thing out. Unbelievable. I wouldn't doubt it. We'll talk about that, Lynn, at the other program. We get into politics with Katie Hobbs and whatnot. I mean, look, I'm all about training for a hunt. I was at a board meeting last night, and one of our board members, I'm like, dude, like, where'd you go? He's like, yeah, I lost 30 pounds. I'm like, whoa, damn, son. He said, yeah, I was training for the elk hunt that we went on. Hats off to you, dude. That's awesome. Hats off to you. Awesome. You trained for a hunt. But if you know you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, packing out a large animal out of a canyon, yeah, probably good to train for it. But highly doubtful that me, Slavo, and Tequila Jim are going to be pulling an elk out of a canyon and we all die of a heart attack same time. That is, guys, come on. I think there are, buddy. I had national wave of wives just being done with this. Times are getting tough. The economy is weird. And all these dudes had life insurance policies. I'm just saying. And how easy to write it off. Yeah, he died. Yeah. Heart attack, pulling a deer out of a canyon. Yeah. Yeah. But in Wisconsin, you got to make sure, something actually that makes sense in Wisconsin, that a doctor would warn people about that, because the amount of cheese that these people consume, it's not a very, let's say, green diet. So that's probably it. And maybe a doctor should just shut up about hunting season and say, by the way, if you're 30 lbs overweight and your diet consists of bratwurst and cheddar, jalapeno cheddar bratwurst, you might want to think about dropping a few lbs before hunting season. There you go. Or if you want to take up hiking, how about start walking around the block once or twice a day, and then we'll start talking about hiking. That's all it is. All right, let's do this, gang. Here's the deal. Tomorrow we're gonna have in other news. Got a really, really interesting show. A conversation I want to have with you about something that it's a very challenging conversation tomorrow, and it has to do with suicide. So we're gonna get a little deep tomorrow on that show. No shows Friday. Monday we'll be back here with the Go Show for our Thanksgiving edition. Giving thanks on Monday on the Go Show. Celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Thanks for playing. Have a great day, everybody.